to be thick-skinned, or maybe a better way to put it is how to face your fear of criticism and social rejection. The first thing you have to recognize is that it is impossible to avoid criticism. You will have it throughout your life, so it's best just to expect it. The second thing is you have to differentiate between the thoughtful critic and those individuals who just want to get under your skin. You may realize that those people that just want to get under your skin are insecure, have low self-esteem, and often deep psychological issues. The reason for this is they have experienced something negative in their past, or perhaps many negative things in their past, that they just have not done the inner work to resolve or fix the problem. These people tend to play the victim, and therefore they pounce on individuals they see as vulnerable. Believe me, once you recognize these people, they will no longer penetrate into your thick skin because you will just expect it. This is just how they operate. You may actually start to feel sorry for them because, after all, who would want to walk in their shoes? These people have no significance in your life unless you allow them to. Thoughtful critics, on the other hand, take the time to point out specific areas they feel you could improve on. And really, folks, we need to be open to this when it comes to our close relationships as well as our careers. If a person genuinely feels you could do better in a certain area, then you should listen. You have to realize that these particular people matter. Unlike those that just try to get under your skin, I talk all the time about if they don't matter, it don't matter. Those people that are trying to get under your skin and aren't worth your time really shouldn't matter. But the thoughtful critics, the meaningful people in our life that care about us and our well-being and only want to see us develop into a better version of ourselves, those are the people that we need to be willing and open to listening to. These people have our back. They are looking out for our best interest. So it's important to set your pride and ego to the side and listen. It's not a bad thing, and don't take it as a negative, but take it as a positive instead and see where it could serve you better in your relationships, in your career, whatever it may be. Always be a student eager to learn and grow. The third obstacle that prevents many people from developing in their social skills and going after what it is in life is their fear of social rejection. After all, who wants to be humiliated? Am I right? We all can experience that feeling of not wanting to be humiliated. But social rejection can be so broad. There are so many areas that we could go into with social rejection. There are also individuals that are vulnerable to social rejection as well. I feel like this calls for a video all to itself. If you would be interested in me doing a more in-depth video talking about social rejection, please let me know in the comment section below this video. In the meantime, let's talk about 10 tips to get beyond your fear of rejection so that you can have that hard turtle shell develop that thick skin. Let me just say real quick that I'm not talking about building up walls. If you build up walls, then you are not going to be open to even the thoughtful critics who are only trying to make you develop into a better version of yourself. You will be shut down from everyone. It's very important, again, to differentiate between the two, but let's head into the 10 tips to develop into a better version of yourself and get that thick skin that you so desire to have. Number 1, understand the limited mindset of others. People who are afraid to move outside of their comfort zone will try to project their limitations onto you. Unfortunately, many of us have been raised to view life with a limited mindset. Understand how they see the world, and you won't take offense to their comments. Number 2, understand who you are seeking approval from. You want praise from people who kick themselves every 15 minutes? The approval of people who despise themselves, who aren't trying to move the needle, drive the bus, raise the bar in their life? No. Take the time to consider the mindset of the people you are seeking approval from. Folks, this is pivotal. Pay attention. Not everyone out there do we need to get approval from. Once you know your worth, your value, and you have confidence, you will no longer be seeking approval from every single human being you come across. It's very freeing, I can tell you that. Number 3, understand haters come with the territory. If you don't have any haters, you're a nobody. It's impossible to be well known or recognized without having critics. In fact, large amounts of criticism may draw more attention to your work. People love a controversy. Number 4, don't take things personally. Don't take everything so personally, or anything. Really, don't. If you take something personally, it's because you agree with it. Think about this. If you take something personally, you must agree with it, or it wouldn't penetrate, right? It takes time to develop thick skin. Part of that development is understanding that being upset is a choice. Being upset is a choice. Number 5, don't be ambitious, be sane. Ambition means tying your well-being to the opinions of others. Sanity means tying it to your actions. If you want to be sane, you need to find happiness and meaning in the effort you're putting forth, regardless of the results. Because again, we learn when we fail at something. We learn by overcoming that adversity. We don't learn when everything's going great. We learn when things go wrong. Your work will remain restricted if it's tied to the opinions of other people. This goes back to the doers and the dreamers video, which you can get to right up here, or you can get to it in the drop-down box below this video. So many of us hold back from going after our dream. We hold back from the do part, okay? We stay in dream mode because we worry about all these things. We take things personally. We don't want to be humiliated. We care about every single person's opinion instead of validating our own. Number 6, don't respond to the negative people that don't matter, to the haters, and to the trolls. Those you know and those you don't know. Don't reply to negative comments on your blog post, social media post, in person, whatever it may be. Don't reply. Don't partake in it. Set up that boundary. Don't feel the need to defend yourself when you're being attacked. It's a waste of your time and energy. Put that energy into continuing to create, to put out good, to whatever it is that you are doing to manifest a better life. Hurt people, attempt to hurt people. Leave it in the attempt. If they don't matter, it don't matter. Misery loves company, right? Misery loves company. Don't be the miserable person, and you don't have to be anyone's company that is miserable. Not on your time. Not on your time. That's how I feel to responding to negative comments. Not on my time. My time is too valuable. Value of time, video up here down below. I have it all. I have it all and more to come. Number 7, recognize even the most pious individuals aren't immune to criticism. If you understand this fact and embrace it, it will set you free, and that turtle shell will develop. Google negative comments about Mother Teresa. There are 494,000 negative comments directed towards Mother Teresa. Okay? You can't escape it. It doesn't matter who you are or what you're doing, whether you're putting out good, you're putting out bad, or you're putting out in the middle. You can't escape it. It's what you do with it. It'll never get through or penetrate. It won't. It won't. I promise you. You can do this. I've got your back. You just keep watching. You keep watching and you keep sharing this so that we can all develop into better versions of ourselves. Number 8, consider the life of a critic. Think about this. Think about their life for a moment. Well, wait a minute, not on our time, right? A critic takes a small amount of time to judge work or effort that you may have spent several hours, days, months, years, or your entire life creating. It's much easier to critique other people's work than to do work of your own. We are all always trying to be healthier, have a better body, lose weight, get into shape. You could have spent months, years, whatever it may be, trying to create this outcome for yourself, and you get criticized for doing so? No. Consider the life of a critic. They're usually sitting behind their keyboard in some form. Could be this too. Okay? You're not. Consider that. Number 9, rejoice in the fact, understand that someone looks up to you. Rejoice in that. Celebrate that win. Understand that someone looks up to you. If you're pursuing something great, you have people who look up to you. There are people who respect you for putting yourself out there. I can deal with this all the time. This is normal business for me. So many people respect what I'm doing, what I'm putting my effort and time into. People will look up to that. There are people who appreciate your work. Keep in mind that you're touching other people's lives with the work you do. It would be selfish to hide your gifts from a world that needs it because you're scared of a little criticism. You'll hold back. You'll always be the dreamer. You'll never do. If you're so worried about somebody criticizing what you're doing. The people that are putting themselves out there put no emphasis on that. They put no emphasis on that. And you can develop that as well. You really can. And if you can't, if it's too hard, go back to this video. Watch it every day for a month. Book a coaching session with me. Book several. I'm telling you, self-development is the best gift we can give ourselves, because once we develop and we take care of all of these things that hold us back from living our best life, we now can start living. We can start living instead of coming up for air and going back down, and coming up for air and going back down. Don't you want to live your best life? Of course you do. Of course you do. We all do. And this leads us into number 10. Do great work. Do great work. When you're creating something, no matter what it is, when you're creating something, you should be your toughest critic, not anyone else. And this is not to get down on yourself, but to make sure the work you're putting out is great. Do great work. When you take the time to do great work, you can negate potential criticism. You can also feel positive about the work you do, even when it's criticized. Folks, get that turtle shell, get that thick skin, follow these tips, these steps. If it is not enough, book a couple sessions with me. I will help you. I will help you. Do great work. Do great work. Stay tuned. I am hoping by August, between August and September, to launch my online workshop that you can take advantage of, where you can elevate your personal skills. We are going to talk about how to be a high-class woman. And when I say high class, I don't mean that in a monetary way. How to develop the people skills, how to come out bold with confidence, how to project mannerisms that will draw people to you, whether it's in relationships or it's in career. I cover many steps. It's a whole workshop. You will have homework, but you are going to elevate the personal skills that you so desire to lead a meaningful life, to be the person you aspire to be. So many times we aspire to be like someone else. You may aspire to be like me. But my mission when I coach and in my practice is for you to aspire to live your best life, to be the best you, because it's all out there. We all have it. It's in all of us. It's just, how are you going to project it? So stay tuned for that. It will be coming soon, and I will be keeping you posted. Also, many videos in the drop-down box of this video that piggyback off of what I shared with you today. Many things to do with self-development. I hope that you will resource the entire library. Thank you so much for being here for this pivotal message today. Comments, suggestions, always welcome. Don't hesitate to share this video with your loved ones. I think we all can glean something from it. All right, thanks for joining me. I will see you soon in the next video. Take care.